All of us loved this show. That was a terrible accent. Sneak peek right there. The new season of Outlander. Fans can't wait. The show's about a World War II military nurse who gets transported to 18th century Scotland.
Scotland.
There we go. Help me out.
Like Sean Connery. Joining us now from Scotland to give us the Outlander tour is lifestyle expert Lindsay Myers.
Living the dream.
Lindsay, you're looking very Scottish in that cute little number you've got on. Where are you exactly in Scotland with all that wonderful whiskey? Or is that Scotch, I should say?
Oh, we will get there. That is Scotch. We will get there for sure. So I'm in Edinburgh. I am in Scotland because we are so excited about Outlander that is coming out very soon. So there's this new movement called screen tourism. It's all about the drive and the travel based around film and TV that we love. And that is why we are here right now in Scotland, because we are excited about the new season of Outlander.
Wow. I gotta say, everybody I know loves this show, and the locations are so romantic to begin with. Before we get to that, though, what are we sipping on? Because you sent something over here, Lindsay.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice.
So I want you to raise your glass. Exactly. So I sent you the best. I sent you Johnny Walker, because that is where I'm standing right now. Johnny Walker, Princess Street. Brand new, just opened in September. We're talking about 8 floors, everything about Scotch whiskey. It is the best of the best. It has an immersive whiskey experience, 200 years in history. Right now, I want you to take a sip and enjoy this for a moment.
I'm gonna take another sip.
That just goes down.
I feel like Anchorman, like Ron Burgundy. Scotch, Scotch, Scotch. So good in my belly.
Totally.
So smooth, so delicious. And just so you know, so Scotch, for it to be called Scotch, the whiskey, it has to be actually made here, distilled in Scotland, and also matured for at least 3 years for them to be able to call it Scotch.
Exactly.
Kit, I feel like you love it. Look at that face.
I said, I love it. I just took a big sip, and I've never felt better.
Hoover's right now. Yeah.
Now, on the show, Claire traveled back 400 years to a town called Cranesmere. I don't know if I'm saying it right. How do you pronounce it, and what can you tell us about this town? Ooh.
Well, so that's the fictional name, exactly, that they call it out. It's called Culross, actually, is the real name. And I traveled there. I had to find it. It was magical. When I say you feel like you're stepping back in time, I thought I actually time traveled. It is set, it is 16th century town,
So
a village.
cool.
It feels like you're living an experience what they did 400 years ago. And it also was the basis for Captain America's first Avengers. They actually filmed there as well.
Look at those cobblestone streets.
Well, that's what I was
so
just
beautiful.
about to say, is that you realize what a baby country America
Totally.
is. It
With the
really is, because
history
when you
with
go
you.
back in the history in Europe, it's just incredible. Now, what is this about foraging for seaweed? What did you do there?
Oh, yes, I did. So in the show, Claire is a healer, right? So she needs to use nature to find a lot of the medicine. So I was determined. So I actually foraged seaweed. I worked with Jason Biles from East Nook Seaweed. He was unbelievable. So he took us out. We went to the beach. He taught us about the health benefits behind it, about how to find it, you cut it, we ate it directly from the sand, from the beach. We even got to have a bonfire and cook it over the fire at sunset. It was such a cool experience that you can have as well when you travel here.
What about the bridges over there? Is there one bridge in particular? Because I know in the show, again, the landscape is tremendous.
Oh, absolutely gorgeous. So if you're a true Outlander fan, you will recognize this bridge. Yes, it was iconic, and I found it. So in Glasgow at Pollock Park, it is a wide open space. So you'll definitely notice it, because where Claire found a lot of her herbs, and they also shot a lot of the different festivals as well. But it's beautiful. There's castles on the land. It's basically like a Central Park. It's giant. There's trails for hiking. There's a gorgeous cemetery as well. But Glasgow, you definitely have to check it out. It's absolutely beautiful.
It looks like a postcard.
Right
there. And I'm sure you visited some castles, right? I know there's castles there.
Oh my gosh. There's castles absolutely everywhere. I traveled for the one where there's actually the house of Colin Mackenzie. So it's actually called Doune Castle. Wow. So it is iconic. A lot of you might recognize it for different reasons, but Outlander fans know it. But also, if you're a huge fan of comedy, it's actually the castle from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, one of the best movies ever.
Ever.
That's awesome.
Okay, wait, any other castles?
I mean, there's castles galore here. I could not see enough of them. I absolutely love them. But Edinburgh Castle is iconic. You have to visit it.
Wow.
We're talking about kings
Look at how
and
gorgeous.
queens lived there. You can actually see, the crowns. You can see the armor. I think it has one of the best views of the city. What I love so much about it is as you're overlooking, it's a mix of modern and history, and it's right in front of you. It's absolutely gorgeous. You're standing in history. It has one of the oldest buildings from the 12th century, which is actually a chapel that was made for Queen Margaret, who became a saint. I mean, you're standing in history. It could not get better than that.
I bet there's some really cool churches there as well with some great history, right?
Oh yeah, so I went to the church. This is a spoiler alert if you have not seen Outlander. I'm going to tell you right now. So this is actually where Jamie and Claire got married. Oh my gosh, I was blown away at the beauty of this. We're talking about 17th century church. This is Glencore's church. You can visit it. You can actually rent it out for events, or you too can get married there as well.
That's gorgeous.
Look at that.
Think about when that was built. Like, how did they even do that?
Unbelievable.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
What other sites did you get to take in, Lindsay, or do people need to look out for?
So I love it. There's so much culture here in Scotland. I mean, you have the Highlands. There's so many movies that are filmed all over. Braveheart. We're talking about James Bond, Harry Potter. Of course, there's a lot of old arts and culture and music. Glasgow has so much of it. I went to Hidden Lane, which is an adorable street, has over 100 different studios. It's just very rich and very vibrant, and I think you have to check it out. Look how beautiful the colors are. It was so much fun, and hidden behind the main street. It was so cool.
Wow, that's so cool. Thank you so much for taking us through this little visual postcard.
Wait,
of
do we
yours.
have one thing? Because when we think of Scotland, we think bagpipes.
Oh, that's
Please
right.
tell us,
The bagpipes,
did you
of
attempt it,
course.
Lindsay? Let us get our scotch.
And a kilt, right? Is there kilts?
Oh, was that you with the kilt? Oh, you put the money in.
You need to get your drink ready, because I'm just gonna entertain you at this point. So I actually took a lesson with the National Piping Center. So I think they're gonna roll the clip, but you're welcome and just enjoy.
Look at that.
Look at cute Lindsay. Lindsay, your eyes are the best. It's
Killing
all
it,
in the
Lindsay.
breath. You
Killing
nailed
it,
it.
Lindsay. Thank you so much. Travel safe, and listen, for more great travel tips, you can visit Lindsay's website, Get Lost with Lindsay.
Living the dream. Is that so great?